Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today by supporting the Going In Raw Patreon. You can enjoy access to the live taping of the show, exclusive merchandise, and patron-only episodes, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
This is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live. Who needs Raw?
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw.
Oh, baby, I like it Raw. Oh, baby, I like it Raw. And you are tuned in to Going In Raw right now. How you doing?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and anywhere fine podcasts are available. Let's run them down, Larson. It's including iTunes, of course, where if you guys hit that subscribe and download button, even if you're watching on the YouTube, it helps. I haven't mentioned this in a while, but if you hit that subscribe download button, it helps jack us up in the top 150 sports and rec category in iTunes. We've been hovering around like the 100s. I want to hover around like the 70s.
Okay.
Ideally, I'd like to be number one, but I don't think it's going to happen. Anyways, we're also on Podbean, Stitcher, SoundCloud.com/Steven Larson, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and probably a couple other places.
And soon,
Definitely not on Spotify, though.
but we'll be there. We'll be there soon. We'll be there
Really?
soon.
Did you email the guy?
No, you lost a bet. You were supposed to do that.
I was supposed to do that. That's correct. Well, we'll see if that happens. I actually did think about it yesterday, at least twice. I was thinking to myself, oh, man, I got to email that guy about Spotify. You know what? I had actually opened, now that I think about it, I had actually opened up an email and placed his name in the email address field.
Interesting.
Just didn't write him to say, put us on Spotify now.
Yeah.
Didn't do that yet.
Okay.
So I'm taking baby steps.
Step by step.
Step by step. Ooh, baby, we're getting there. And we're also on Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson, where you guys can contribute to the show. At $50, you get this very shirt right here, this actual shirt.
Not this actual shirt.
This one that I'm wearing right now.
This is my shirt, but you get a shirt much like this one.
Do you come with the shirt?
No.
Well, you get a fresh one anyways. And we're also at prowrestlingtees.com/Going In Raw. We're not wearing any of the shirts for that, but we have 4 wonderful shirts.
Fantastic.
4 strong designs.
Yes.
I feel. And we're also going to be at the Internet Darlings Live show. If you guys are going to be at WrestleMania, WrestleMania weekend, that's Saturday, the day before WrestleMania.
Yes.
At 4 p.m.
Yes.
There in Orlando.
Yes.
We're going to be there along with Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret, Grimm from Grimm's Toy Show stuff, and JD from New York, Joe Cronin, and of course the What Culture guy. Apparently, it was originally I don't really keep up with this stuff, but Adam Blampied is going to be there, and then apparently Pacitti saying that he might be there now too.
Oh, cool.
That's not confirmed. I do not get that from me, but I saw like JD from NY did a thing. And I think he said that he was going to be there. So I'm getting it from JD. I have no idea.
Okay.
But anyways, there's going to be at least one representative from What Culture there.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun. We'll do like a little meet and greet thing. If you want to take some pictures with us, then we can do that too.
Yeah, do that for a little bit. Then we have to go to NXT.
Then we have to head out to NXT, exactly. Because we're going to be coming from, here's the thing, if you're going to go to WCPW that day, also, after the show, we cannot do shit.
No, we'll probably have to leave that show a little bit early.
We're going to have to probably leave the show like right when the 3 count happens. We can't stick around for like the shenanigans.
No, we'll probably have to leave before that.
You think we're going to have to leave during the main event?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that sucks. But we have like front row seats. This is going to look like we're walking out on WCPW. That's horrible.
Well, that's the bind we put ourselves in.
Well, we'll find out. No, I think we're just going to do a run-in. We can miss the opening segment of the Internet Darlings thing. I'm joking. We're not going to miss that.
No, we can't miss that.
Anyways, moving on. So we're going to do that. And then what am I missing right now? I'm missing something. Forget what. We are also going to do we're going to do some sort of meetup this weekend.
Yeah, in Los Angeles
Los
on Saturday.
Angeles.
Probably in the Valley.
Yeah.
Probably Saturday afternoon.
We're going to be there for PWG.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be like in Reseda. And so we're probably going to do a meetup there a couple hours before the show. Mm-hmm. So if you're in the Los Angeles area and you want to say, hey, Steven Larson.
Yes.
Come do that.
Details to come.
We're going to put something on our Twitter, twitter.com/Steven Larson and /Real Going In Raw. Also, now we're on Facebook. We've been on Facebook for a very long time, but it was a complete ghost town. And then we decided to start doing that stuff again.
The plug segment of the show just gets longer and longer every day.
I'm fine with that. I'm just I'm procrastinating right now, Larson.
I know, because you don't want to talk about 205 Live, even though it wasn't a bad show.
Can we just start talking about TNA instead? We start doing it's so funny how we just completely ignore TNA.
I know.
Like we review New Japan, which is like more difficult to watch essentially than TNA, but it's like amazing wrestling.
Yeah.
TNA. Why don't we review TNA? Not really a lot of time.
Well, it's partially that.
It airs on Thursdays, and we don't get together on Fridays.
Yeah.
So that's probably a big thing.
That's a huge part of it. But also, apart from the Hardy stuff,
yeah,
from what I've read, I don't know. It's just doesn't seem that interesting to me.
205 Live is terrible, though.
It's not terrible. Last night had some good moments.
All right, let's start from the top. Noam Dar, who I love, versus Rich Swann. Rich Swann comes down, and he dedicates the match to Alicia Fuck. And she looks very tickled by that. Noam Dar, of course, because Alicia Fox is romantically linked to him. Mm-hmm. He seemed perturbed by that. What are these over here anyways? What are these?
I think that's pieces of peanut.
I feel like that's you. I don't eat peanut.
No, it is me.
Just making a mess. So Noam Dar was not happy about that.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the match went on.
It was a good match.
Yeah, no, it was a fun match. Rich Swann ended up going over. He was back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see if Rich Swann makes any headway in the 205 Live television program.
As far as championship pursuits, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. He had his run.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty much it. And I don't think they're really going to hot potato. Like at this point, it's sort of elite. Like it's going to be Neville, Austin Aries probably. Who else do you think? Who else is on the map? I think Noam Dar has a decent chance down the line to get it.
I think Akira Tozawa does too.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I would love that because I like him a lot.
Yeah, he had a great segment this week.
There's a lot of there's sort of a lot of people coming in, I think, and even more on the way. Then we had, oh my God.
Yeah, this was not a good segment.
We had an interview segment. It was like a split screen interview thing.
Corey Graves was at the announce table. And
Yeah.
then I guess TJ Perkins and Neville were both backstage.
Yeah.
And they did a split screen interview.
Do you think this was actually a split screen interview? You think they did this like all live?
Yeah.
Or do you think it was pre-taped?
I think it was live. I think Neville tripped up one of his lines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That sounds familiar. I was just too busy trying to like. I have a really difficult time. Like, there's the dudes out there who do like reaction videos to cringeworthy videos, you know, and sometimes they're pretty amusing. I could never get into that business.
Yeah.
Because there are cringeworthy things I have a hard time watching because of the cringe factor.
Yeah.
I had a really hard time watching TJ Perkins try to talk when he says shit like, "You sound like a broken record with a bad accent, man." Ooh, that's a terrible line. He should not have ever said that.
No.
He should never talk. Don't talk. TJ Perkins, don't talk.
See, I thought in his promos, he puts forth effort, I feel like, and I feel like he's trying to get better. And some weeks, he does an okay job, and then this week, it was not very good.
That is far kinder than I would give him. Neville's great, though. I love Neville.
Yeah.
He's a bright spot. But yeah, TJ Perkins, they need to sort of, I feel like they're just giving him one last sort of big hurrah because he was a former title holder. And the main event was a decent match.
Oh, it was a good match.
It was a good match. Also, I'll give it good quality
Especially like the first third of it where it was a lot of fast-paced.
He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, he is a very good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
He's a very good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
He's a very good wrestler. He makes difficult things look really easy. Perkins does.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. He's a terrible promo guy, though. I love Neville, though. Neville's great.
Yeah, Neville is great.
Then we got a cool Grand Metalik package because he was coming back. Of course, he fought TJ Perkins in the Cruiserweight Classic final.
Yeah.
In a hell of a match. That was actually a hell of a match.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
That was a really good match.
Perkins' match against Kota Ibushi in the semis was really good, too.
Yeah, good match. In this case, Grand Metalik came back, and he took on my favorite wrestler ever, Drew Gulak. I love Drew Gulak. He's so normal.
He got a haircut.
And like he takes these steps towards looking more and more like investment banker every single time I see him, be it a suit instead of his King Arthur attire or getting a nice professionally trimmed haircut.
Yeah.
A very well trimmed and groomed beard. Mm-hmm. There's nothing messy about him. I just feel like he's investment banker who on the side wrestles. Who moonlights
as a wrestler.
As a wrestler. Exactly. Which is great. I love that. I think that's my new favorite thing. Anyways, good match. Grand Metalik makes it look like he's going to die a bunch of times. That's just his style.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He did that one thing where he jumps from the second rope to the outside, and I swear to God, like he's upside down far too late.
I know.
into the whole process.
I know, and then he hits, in this case, Gulak. Mm-hmm. You know, Gulak absorbs some of the impact.
Yeah.
But then Grand Metalik just hits flat.
It was
on his back on the mat on the outside. Doesn't look comfortable.
It was like 2 feet away from being the Trent Beretta spot at New Japan.
Yeah, where he just lands flat in his back.
He just lands and hits nothing except for Matt. But no, it was a fun match. Good return for Grand Metalik, so it's cool that he's back. I like that. And then we had a great segment.
Yes.
I love Brian Kendrick.
Yes,
I love me some Brian Kendrick. He's
and Akira
great.
Tozawa is fantastic.
This is fantastic. He's trying to explain to Tozawa that Tozawa should be his protege, and he's using the most condescending language possible. And then, when he tells him this is his plan, he wants to do this. What does Akira Tozawa say?
Nope.
And he goes, nope. Lifts his head back. And then Brian Kendrick is like, well, maybe there's a language barrier here. Maybe you don't quite understand what I'm talking about. And Tozawa says, I understand. And just walks away.
He says, I don't like you.
Oh, that's I'm sorry. He says, I understand. I don't like you. And then walks away.
It was fantastic.
The number of times I wish I could just be that open with somebody else. Say, I don't like you, and then walk away. And then throw my head back. Nope. Like next time you're like, hey, I got to come over so we can get some work done. I want to say, nope.
So you can say, I understand. I don't like you.
Exactly. Oh, I would never say that to you.
I kind of felt like you wanted to when I farted next to you while you were making your hamburger.
That was like 15 years ago, man. Half the time I wanted to beat you up. But I never did. So
well, thanks for that.
Good thing for our professional career, because I think that would have probably taken us past a line. How awkward that would have been, like college age you and me scrapping. Probably been pretty awkward. I really wish I could have seen you and Hilton go at it physically.
I do not remember that at all.
Let me tell you, your face was so just.
I do not remember that
angry.
In the least.
I think you're conveniently not remembering that you wanted to destroy Hilton.
I don't remember it.
It's okay. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
No, I wouldn't be embarrassed about it. I honestly do not remember.
Do you admit that it's within you to be provoked to such a point by Hilton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting that. I've never doubted that. I just honestly do not remember the incident at all.
You were pissed. It was like 15 years ago. Let's see here. Then we had, like you said, the main event.
Good match.
TJP. Yeah, it was a good match. It was a fun match.
The first bit particularly was a lot of really fast chain wrestling and reversals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then once Neville kind of got the upper hand halfway through, the pace slowed down because that's the pace he's working now as a heel.
Yeah. I like Neville. He's a good combination of strength and quickness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and TJ Perkins is basically just quickness. And so Neville's strength overcame him in this particular match.
Yeah.
And he ended up winning by
submission,
the Rings of Saturn. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
And then after the match, Jack Gallagher comes out.
Number one contender, Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, he and Neville, they fight a little bit. Gallagher gains the upper hand after a headbutt.
Give him the headbutt.
Neville flees. Gallagher ends the show in the ring holding the cruiserweight title.
It looked good on him, but I don't think he's going to get it anytime soon.
No.
I really don't think he's going to have that anytime soon. They're going to run with Neville for a little bit.
Yep.
At least till Mania if they do go through with the Austin Aries thing, which I think would be great.
It'd be fantastic.
But he looked good with the belt. I thought he looked good with the belt.
He did. I want to talk about the commentary team during the show.
Oh, okay.
Because
I sort of had it on low, so I didn't.
There were some pretty funny moments, and it seemed like they were both Corey Graves and Austin Aries were really giving it to Morrow.
Oh no!
But Morrow was having fun with it. It seemed like you heard him chuckle.
I kind of noticed that at the start of the show.
Yeah.
I forget what was said exactly, but Austin Aries. I don't know. I forget what was said, but Morrow was having fun with it.
Yeah.
So that's always good to see. Like I said, I don't like cringeworthy stuff. And when they start ganging up on Morrow, sometimes they get kind of cringeworthy. But when he has a good sense of humor about it and they're not too mean, then it's really charming.
Yeah, there were moments of that this week.
Oh, don't be too mean.
And there was a couple moments where I was sitting there watching on my computer with my headphones on and laughing.
Oh, okay, that's good.
There's just some good back and forth.
Yeah. Ooh, contract's not up yet. Still have years to go. You're gonna have to deal with me for a bit.
What?
What? I said you're gonna have to deal with me for a bit.
Do you want to talk about NXT?
Old Morrow. Oh yeah, I was already going to questions. Yeah, good idea. Let's talk about NXT. It's my favorite thing in the world right now.
In all the world?
I love NXT. Here's my my scale of things that I love in the world. NXT, all right. My child, okay. Chocolate donuts. My wife, my dog. 1989 WCW. You.
Oh, okay.
Money. No,
Oh, you
sorry.
like-
Money.
Oh, then me.
Then you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes I don't take offense to that.
I mean, you rank higher than evidently my parents. Like my stepkids. Cars.
Yeah, you're getting into cars lately.
Boobies. You don't rank higher than boobies. I think I like boobies better than you.
That's fine.
But that's kind of included with my wife because she has boobies. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, but NXT is number one. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Show opened with the Authors of Pain taking on Garriston Spears and Lance Anoa'i.
Oh,
or
no.
Noah. How do you? Anoa'i?
A no-eye?
Anoa'i?
I think it's a no-eye.
Okay, Anoa'i.
But don't quote us on that. I have no idea.
It was a quick match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like this match. I like that one of the dudes had, I think it was Spears.
Had stud.
Well, hold on a second.
Oh,
Back
okay.
up. His trunks were the same tone as his skin tone, kind of. And on his butt, in letters that resembled the cover of a Snickers bar, it said stud. I really liked that. I thought that was great because it looked like a man who is naked, kind of, if you blur your eyes. But he had a Snickers label on his butt that said stud. That is good. I'm happy with that. They powerbombed the shit out of these guys.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, it was cool. I like the Authors of Pain for many, many, many reasons, but I really like that they seem to be trying to be safe workers now.
Yeah.
Like they do when they do the power, like when they tap phones,
The Super Collider.
the Super Collider, they just sort of tap.
Yeah.
It's not like, let's fucking murder these guys.
The power bombs still have some force behind them.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, there's some stank. But do you notice it doesn't seem quite as much stank since the Bowens incident? Their stank level has gone down a little bit since the Bowens thing. I think that's true.
A tad, but they still put enough stank on it.
Oh, yeah, no. Look, I think right now they have perfect stank.
Yeah, ideal stank levels.
Ideal stank levels. The stank levels are ideal at this point. I'm just saying they still look great, but I feel like they're in good, like their opponents are in good hands.
Yeah.
I think that they're learning, and I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's great because I'm old. Then we had Billie Kay and Peyton Royce taking on Liv Morgan and her mystery opponent, or her mystery partner, rather, which ended up being Ember Moon. Really not that much of a mystery. Kind of figured that last week.
Yeah.
At first we said Asuka, then I was like, wait, no. Ember Moon. 'cause
Ember
they're
Moon
like
makes the
buddies.
most sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And they ended up eating a loss to the heels.
Yeah. Ember Moon, she got kicked, I think, out of the ring,
Mhm, she did, yeah.
which left Liv Morgan there to take the pin after a knee from Peyton Royce.
I like that little finish of theirs.
Yeah.
Where somebody basically is just, here, I'm going to prop this person's head up while you knee the shit out of their head.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. I like Billie Kay and Peyton Royce
Yeah, they
by
seem
the
to be
day.
really hitting their stride right now.
Yeah, they really do.
Their chemistry's good.
I now see them as main event, or I'm sorry, main event, as main rosterable.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think they're more main rosterable than like an Eva Marie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're up there. Because they're decent wrestlers.
Yeah.
They're like decent wrestlers. I like Liv Morgan a lot too. I think she's going to go.
Everybody in
far.
this match is really good.
Oh no, I know.
Ember Moon is
Ember
great.
Moon she's totally main rosterable right now. Liv Morgan, probably a year from now, I think she'll be $1 million.
Which means in 8 months she'll be on the main roster.
This next little bit I thought was hilariously bad because it's let's interview No Way Jose and Roderick Strong, which I've got. Like, I was literally at the DMV this morning texting you about Roderick Strong because Okay, so they're at the Performance Center and they interviewed them there, which is a bad idea because
it seems like they just got finished with the workout.
they're like halfway out of character anyways. And like when you're in character, like I would imagine No Way Jose isn't that different from his character, like the person. Roderick Strong, I think, is just honestly Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
I think what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Which is one appeal of Roderick Strong.
Yes.
But like part of the problem was like the interviewer. I didn't recognize her. And I mean, she might have been like the normal NXT person. I thought Interview Bot was the NXT person, but I think she's not anymore.
I think she was sometimes.
She was sometimes? Okay. I don't know. Anyways, this person didn't look familiar to me. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe the lights were different. I don't know. But like, I feel like she had the mic on the wrong person every time they were talking. And I don't think she did, but I feel like when No Way Jose is tall and he moves his head in a bunch of weird ways. And so she couldn't anticipate. And so she just kept it stationary there. And so at the time he's talking like this, like, yeah, I'm going to go on Fiesta. And then tomorrow I'm going to go. So I don't know. It was kind of awkward in that respect. And on top of that, like, I felt like they were self-conscious. I felt like they're like being in front of a Full Sail crowd. They know how to.
Yeah, but being in a different environment, they felt like they had to tone it down a bit.
Like Matt Bloom's over there having a class,
yeah.
and they're like getting kind of self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
And Roderick, so Roderick Strong needs to. I just wish he would not talk.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, like TJ Perkins, it's cringeworthy when he talks. When Roderick talks, it's not cringeworthy. It's just he's not convincing as like a badass dude.
Exactly.
But in the ring, he's a badass dude.
Yes.
I love watching Roderick Strong matches. He's got he's got like a really cool stiff style.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that brought him to the game. Like I'm not a big student of his work in like Ring of Honor.
You said you did watch some of his promos there,
I watched some of his promos last night to see if there's any room to work with there, like in terms of my perceptions. And it just he comes off like investment banker. Like he just doesn't. There's just not a lot going on there in his promos. Like you watch a Jay Briscoe promo, that dude he could literally sell charisma.
Yeah,
like he's got so much charisma he could bottle it up and sell it and make $1 million. That dude is nothing but intensity and just natural charisma. Roddy Strong doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it in the shower today. I was like, isn't like his catchphrase kind of Roddy against the world?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Nickelodeon show. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy against the world's totally a Nickelodeon show. Yeah. So I don't really know what to do with that. I think he is, I don't know about elite level, but I think that dude can put on some really, really great matches. But I wonder what if there's going to be a problem with him connecting. Because even Ty has charisma that is palpable. Yeah. And when he talks, it's like, man, I want to get on board with this guy.
Yes.
When Roderick Strong talks, I just kind of feel like, man, stop talking. Like you're just kind of annoying me now.
Well,
just get in there and fight Oni Lorcan.
I think what you mentioned earlier about is generally when he delivers promos, it's just not convincing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing.
Exactly. Yeah, and there was the environment. Like so, his little bit in this interview, it was not his best moment promo wise. But I'm saying that my thing is this: I'm not rooting for TJ Perkins. I'm rooting for Roderick Strong. Man, I love that match we saw with Oni Lorcan.
Yeah.
That sold me 1 million times over. I was like, I want to see this dude.
Yeah, that
succeed.
match was great.
I want to see him succeed. I'm really curious as to what they can do.
Well, I mean, I think he doesn't really have a character.
Like, you know what I could see? I could see him and like Bobby Roode forming some sort of stable, and a couple other guys.
Yeah.
I could see him as being like a rich prick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he could pull that off really well, like a rich heel. Like, I mean, honestly, like the flip side, like the Americano version, the gringo version, if you will, of Cien Almas, you know? And I don't know if Cien's supposed to be rich, but literally his nickname is 100 in Spanish. So, I don't know. I just think I really, really like Roderick Strong, and I want to pull for him. It's just when I hear him talk sometimes, I'm like, God, I feel like you're going to tell me about mutual funds next.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to happen. So, yeah. Anyways.
Moving
Next, on.
We had a DIY promo.
Oh, yeah, I love those guys. I can listen to what's-his-face, Psycho Killer, talk all day.
Oh, yeah.
Gargano still kind of cracks me up because he carries himself like a child sometimes. Like,
yeah.
So I always feel like his shoulders are up like this.
Yeah.
And it always makes me think, do you want to go down the slide? I don't know. I love DIY. Plus, they did the nerdy thing where they tuck in their T-shirts.
Yeah. So they come out and say they want their they talk about how they achieved their dreams at a TakeOver Toronto, winning the tag titles, and how awesome it was winning match of the year because of that match. But now they lost the belts in San Antonio. They want their belts back. And they said that they saw not fear. What did they see in Authors of Pain during their match? It wasn't fear. It was
like vulnerability or something?
Vulnerability. Thank you. So with that, Authors of Pain come out.
I start shitting my pants because I think I'm going to see a legit murder.
Yeah, because Ellering says in 2 weeks you'll have a match. You better start saying goodbye to your loved ones.
That's terrifying.
I know, but it was great because Ciampa turns to Gargano and goes, "Hey, I love you, man."
That was good.
And Gargano says, "I love you too."
That was good.
And Ciampa says, "All right, we're ready to fight right now."
We're ready to fight. Let's do it.
That was great.
And then the Revival sneak attacked DIY from behind. They look like a couple of toughs from the 50s.
They did.
Because I think they were wearing jeans and leather jackets or those the sports jackets. Not sports coats, but they're the jackets that they kind of wear. Like they look like members only jackets.
Kind of, but they had more bulk to them.
Or like Letterman jackets, but black, but without letters. That kind of jacket.
Yeah.
What do you call that kind of jacket? Because it's not a sports coat. Sports coat's like a business coat.
Yeah. No, it's not a sports coat. It's
a track jacket? Kind of a track jacket-ish.
But those are thinner.
Yeah, those are thin. Those are like windbreakers.
Those are like just polyester or nylon or something.
What do you call those jackets?
I don't know.
Sometimes they've got like the raglan sleeves. It's like different color sleeves.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call those jackets. Maybe
that's a Letterman jacket.
Right, yeah. But this is like a Letterman jacket, but all one color.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I don't know. But anyways,
I thought Letterman jackets were just jackets that you could literally put a letter on right here.
Yeah.
Like they're meant to do that.
But that means style.
They don't always have the raglan sleeves, though.
Not necessarily.
The Cordova ones were black.
Yeah, but typically they do.
Yeah, anyways,
the Revival sneak attack DIY, and then the Authors of Pain run down to try to get a piece of Revival after sneak attacking them last week. And then the Revival get out of the ring.
They get out of there. They got on their 50s. I imagine that they left Full Sail. And then they had one of those motorcycles with the sidecar.
Yeah.
And they put on goggles.
Yeah, that's good.
It was great. When I took Murder to the DMV this morning, we pull up. And so they have like the drive-up lane for the car test, the driving test. Remember that?
No,
really?
No.
Yeah, they always have like a drive-up lane. You drive up, you pull in, and then you get out, and then you talk to the guy and have him do the test with you. Well, like there is this super red, like super nice sports car, like in the driving lane. I just love the fact that somebody is going to get their license in a driving test by pulling up in like their, Bugatti.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, go ahead and turn the car on. Made me laugh. Anyways, moving on. Then we got William Regal announcing a triple threat match between Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, Liv Morgan, and the winner will face Asuka in 2 weeks. The number one contender match. Peyton Royce got to go over there, right?
I would think so.
I would think they're not going to job out. Where's Nikki Cross in this?
Well, that's the other option I thought too. Is during this match, Nikki Cross comes in, interferes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
DQ finish.
Or I will now make this a fatal 4-way, including Nikki Cross.
That's a possible scenario too.
And then, holy crap, this was great. This
was a fun match.
Fucking great. Fun
match.
Tyler Bate versus Trent Seven. The first time the UK Championship has been defended since Tyler Bate won it. So we had Mustache Mountain A and Mustache Mountain B going head to head.
Yeah. Trent Seven is just all charisma.
Oh my God. He is so much charisma. He is fantastic. I love both these guys so much. Yeah. They had so much fun in the ring. And it was a good, solid, hard-hitting, brutal, vicious match.
That built to a satisfying finish.
It told a perfect story, and at the end, it was the cutest thing ever. The mentor gave a nice forehead kiss to the protege after the protege had beat him, and Tyler Bate retained with Tyler Driver 97, which is like my favorite. And did you notice? Let me ask you this. I have to ask you this. When Trent Seven gave his 7-star lariat, did you yell Rainmaker at the top of your lungs?
I didn't, but I did internally.
I did the same thing. I think I said to myself, oh, yeah, Rainmaker. Can't yell in this house, too many people. Yeah, fantastic match. This is the kind of shit that I love on NXT. I just wish, and I'm trying to think of like exactly what the deal is. Like, I don't know how to, like 205 Live, I just feel like they just toss matches on there and there's not a lot of like story being told. Whereas I feel like NXT, there's matches on there, but I just feel like there's more story being told. Maybe it's the characters. Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea. I don't know what it is.
Well, the only match on
205 Live, just it's you know what it is, dude? Like the packaging of 205 Live, and it's not just the packaging, but like the fact that it's a WWE afterthought, literally, and the fact that it's taped after SmackDown makes the entire affair feel like an afterthought.
To a degree, yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like you're watching some dark matches with some loose stories being told.
Yeah, because the only match on 205 Live that had any kind of build up to it was Neville and Perkins.
Yeah. Like Metalik, it was just his return.
Yeah.
So they threw him out there with a guy who, he was going to Drew Gulak was going to do the job.
And Noam Dar and Rich Swann didn't have any
previous
backstory.
See, this is my thing. This is why, remember when we first started talking about Cruiserweight Classic and when they were going to turn it into a show that became 205 Live? And what was my take on that? What was my recipe for success there?
You said focus on the wrestling and not on stories.
Exactly. And
right now they're focusing more so on stories, but I think they have stories going, but
well, here's the thing.
There's not like and granted, maybe there can't be. Like they have 3 or 4 stories going at one time, but there's 16 people on the roster.
This is why NXT works so well, because these days NXT is where they go out and they find the new talent. Okay, or they go out and find when I say new talent to the WWE. And what do they seem to favor these days? They favor character. They go out and they say, we don't care. Chris Hero, you gained, 30, 40, 50
there was
pounds.
a promo for
Cassie Sono. I know, it's great.
Yeah.
You went out and gained a bunch of weight. You're a hoss now, but we have so much faith in your character and what you were able to do with that hoss body. We're going to bring you in. It's not the traditional body.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, Trent Seven, even he's hossing up a little bit. Damo, exactly. So they're going out and getting these guys based on their strength of character. They've got so much charisma built into them. And I know Roderick Strong is sort of an exception in terms of the charisma department, but I think he's got charisma. I just think...
in the ring, he has charisma?
Yeah,
not so much on the mic.
Right, exactly. 205 Live, they populated this with wrestlers who were known primarily for what? Wrestling. And they're trying to get... And granted, there's some good characters here. I like Jack Gallagher. I think he's good. Noam Dar, I'm a fan of his.
Tozawa and Kendrick, great. Rich Swann, great.
Yeah, I know. But character-wise, like they're not... These guys aren't... They're... Okay, Brian Kendrick, he's been around a long time, and I like the old guys.
Yeah.
Character-wise, they're not bringing anything really new to the game. They're bringing really good skill sets in the ring. So why aren't they just concentrating on that? Who can be the best? And I'm not running the place, so I'm not going to say this is how you book the show. I'm just saying, why are we dicking around with like character stuff when you have like these great wrestlers and that should be the focus of the show?
It should be the focus, but I feel like without storylines to drive matches, is this going to feel like random matches put together every week with no greater purpose?
No, I know. You can have story. It's just I feel it's the same thing we've been talking about.
205 Live
weeks.
without great wrestling is kind of...
It's just a bunch of dark matches.
Yeah, it's an afterthought.
That's what it is.
Because, like the Noam Dar Rich Swann match, there was moments where they were doing some really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
The first half of Neville Perkins, they were doing some really good stuff.
I mean, look at the booking in New Japan. It's nothing like revolutionary, It's not, in terms of the storylines, it's not. It's just, you get from point A to point B, and point B is a really fantastic match.
Yeah.
And then you might have a return or, whatever.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing revolutionary being told there with the stories. There's nothing revolutionary being told in NXT. It's just, I love all these characters. I freaking dig all of this talent that they're bringing in NXT, because NXT is the place where they fish for the best personalities, characters, and wrestlers, and who has the best combo of those things. And they develop these other guys, and they bring them all in. So it's like you've got a really eclectic, interesting cast of characters. Whereas 205 Live, you've scoured the globe literally to find who can put on the best performance in the ring. None of the frills of character, personality. Some of these people have that stuff.
Yes.
But the focus, they brought in people to be wrestlers.
on the focus initially was on the wrestling and.
So you can have, like you said, you can have stories as a roadmap.
Oh, you need it.
You need it. But, like, why aren't we getting the best of what these guys can put on?
Because they're being forced to wrestle a WWE style.
That's what we think.
I mean, that's what it seems to be.
So it seems to be the case. Anyways, that's my rant. Let's answer some questions.
Okay. Greatness personified, Michael Cruz. Hey, friendos. I'm going to my first NXT show on March 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio. Going to an NXT show has been my wrestling bucket list, which got me thinking, what 5 things are on your wrestling bucket list? Other friendos, feel free to answer too.
Oh, yeah. Good question. Put those in the comments if you guys have some. Wrestling bucket list.
Well, we were first row for an NXT show here in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. I would love to go to an NXT TV taping.
Yeah.
I would like to see how that's done.
Yeah.
And to be in the Full Sail crowd. That's sort of one.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Tokyo Dome. That was going to be number 2. Yeah, absolutely. These are in no particular order.
Yeah. First row at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to a couple of WrestleManias each. We're going this year, but yet to ever sit front row.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to go to a Ring of Honor show.
Yeah.
I would like to do that. Although I guess if we go to Wrestle Kingdom, like that maybe could take its place because they bring Ring of Honor guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's 3 so far. Other things on my wrestling. You know what I would actually really love to do? Just like to manage once. Mm-hmm. You and me manage one time in whatever freaking show. Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And we might be totally terrible. We probably would be because we'd be out of our comfort zone.
Oh, yes.
But we'd have each other.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be fun. Just to do that once. And then I don't know what else. I imagine something in terms of like, I don't know, interviewing somebody. We got to do that a lot though already.
Yeah, it seemed like this last year we've got to do a lot of things that we probably both never thought we'd get the opportunity to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Trying to think what else.
I mean, one of them was going to a Pro Wrestling Guerrilla show, but we're going to do that this weekend.
I'll do that this weekend, yeah.
So that'll be an experience. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something else. If there's anything else like selfish. Like, I guess it'd be kind of cool if I could design some wrestling merchandise that isn't ours.
Mm-hmm. I think tops for me be going to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty high up there. Going to Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, next question. Steve, this is from Above Titles Alex C. Steve, out of Harv Sira, Gerv Sira, of course, the Bollywood boys, and TJ Perkins, you have to give one a wedgie. One, what is a Chinese burn? I don't know. Is that one of these?
Oh, maybe.
Okay. And one a swirly. Who gets what? I just give them all wedgies, to be honest with you. I just give them all wedgies. Just line up, boys. Come here. Atomic them all. They'd be like, what did I do to you? You offered me kind services.
The Shit Twins advocate, Alexander Corrente.
Yeah.
Too sweet and beard for life, friendos. What do you guys think of the Authors of Pain finisher, The Last Chapter? I've seen them do other double team moves that seem more devastating, like the Super Collider.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your favorite tag team finisher? For him, an underrated one, the Snapshot by MNM.
What's your favorite tag team finisher?
Yeah, the Super Collider seems like it'd be a more devastating finisher than The Last Chapter.
Isn't this the Super Collider is just you're banging their backs against each other, right?
And then double power bomb, yeah. But it's power bomb.
It's the two. Okay. Versus the other. I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing.
I don't mind The Last Chapter. I mean, it's the clothesline from hell with the leg sweep. It probably would hurt.
My thing about this, I'm trying to think of the logic of both moves. The Last Chapter theoretically would have the same impact that a power bomb would have to your back, but you're adding that with a clothesline to your front.
I don't know if it would be the same because the leg sweep isn't from an elevated position.
Right, that's true.
So the power bomb would have more impact on the back.
The power bomb looks more brutal.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But I don't know if the Super Collider would actually work as a finisher because it takes a lot of time, and you have a 5 count to get out of the ring if more than one person of a team's in there.
Yeah.
So they could just get disqualified. Whereas The Last Chapter is pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's your favorite tag team finisher, though?
Always been a fan of the 3D.
Oh, that's a good one. It looks really pretty when they sell it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
I like the Shatter Machine.
Which one's that again?
The Revivals.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Because they get really creative with how they work it into a match.
I'm not a huge fan of the Anderson and Gallows one. What do they call that again?
Oh, the Magic Killer?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It looks kind of awkward to me. I like things that are snappy. I love the Doomsday device, though.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I like the Doomsday device. That's really cool. Let's see here.
Friendo, Block Party World Champion Liam Wagner.
Block Party. Ooh.
How long till we see Noam Dar with the Cruiserweight title?
By the end of the year. I'll say by the end of the year.
Interesting.
Because I think they're high on that guy.
Yeah.
I think they really like that guy. Let's see here. I like this one. The ghost of Larson's pre-cum Neferetti. A mysterious man from the future has come to warn us that the world will end when two finishers collide. Which ones are they? Neferetti here says he thinks it's Daniel Bryan's running knee and Shinsuke Nakamura's Kinshasa. I'm going to say it's Daniel Bryan's running knee and Jack Gallagher's running drop kick.
I'm going to say it's a Diamond Cutter and an RKO.
Oh, man. I'm going to say it's the Eclipse and the Stone Cold Stunner.
Ooh. Advocate for man dying of thirst, Robert Chacon. Hey, friendos, did you guys catch Talking Smack yesterday? It had AJ at the end and showed his frustration towards Daniel Bryan for making the triple threat when he is still owed a singles match for the title.
True.
After some back and forth, Daniel Bryan re-mentioned that next Tuesday they're going to have a battle royal for a new number one contendership for the title. What is your guys' take on all of this, and why aren't they utilizing AJ, the best wrestler in the world, to their full advantage? Thanks, friendos. I actually have some speculation about that battle royal on the notes for Dirt Sheet for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But generally speaking, thoughts on AJ not being in a high-profile match at Mania? We can talk about that.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't like it at all.
If the plan is for him to wrestle Shane at WrestleMania, it's an enormous waste of AJ's talents.
You have probably the best wrestler on the planet in AJ Styles, so you have the opportunity to put on the best wrestling match of the year. And I would think that'd be something that a wrestling company, regardless of what they call themselves, they're a wrestling company, I would think that they would value that opportunity. And AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon is never going to be that particular match. Now,
no,
I don't like it, but it could be entertaining. I mean, I'm keeping my mind open. Like, okay, so I'm going to run my mouth in terms of, this is crap because I don't like it. And I think that there are like a million actual wrestlers in the company that AJ could wrestle. And Shane's not one of them. He's not a wrestler. That being said, I mean, Shane does some fun shit.
Yeah, I just worry after Survivor Series when he got his bell rung. I don't know. I don't. You know, he's not a full-time wrestler. Mm-hmm. He's getting up there in years.
At the end of the day, listen,
he's not the most experienced. I mean, even, he wrestled some.
Yeah. Let's take, for example,
I don't want to see someone get hurt.
When you think of Kurt Angle in WWE or WWF, whatever, like his career there before he went to TNA, like you think, man, that was cool. He fought Brock Lesnar. He fought Shawn Michaels. He fought, like Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
He fought like a laundry list of great names.
Yeah.
He also had that really fun match against Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
But that's not what you remember. You remember the really good wrestling matches that he had with other really good wrestlers.
But also that really good, interesting match he had with Shane McMahon was 15 plus years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. My point is, that's sort of that was a sideshow match.
Yeah.
What's the image you remember from that?
Angle trying to put Shane through the glass at the top of the stage.
Shane shattering that window.
Yeah.
Exactly, or the glass pane. That's what you remember, and it's like, no, I don't want to remember that. I want to remember him like taking on like Brock Lesnar and Guerrero and all those guys. So we're on limited time, I think, with AJ because he's old, and I want to see him utilized. Every match on the card should be an AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Going in SmackDown Live World Champion. Howdy, friendos. How do you think when Cody Rhodes joins Bullet Club, they would have made him the next leader if Omega ended up not re-signing with New Japan?
Entirely possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Sure, it's possible. Although, like, he would have... I don't think they would have done Adam Cole because he's a Ring of Honor guy.
Yes.
So probably Cody.
Yeah.
Probably been Cody. I'm trying to think who else could it have been. Cody. He's a good mouthpiece.
Hidden Paper Face. Hey, guys, this is a SmackDown question. I noticed at the beginning of the Ziggler heel turn that JBL seemed to be getting involved in it a couple weeks after the Lawler incident. But then it seemed like they pulled the plug on it. How would you have booked a Dolph JBL feud?
It would have ended with a clothesline from hell.
Yeah.
Onto Dolph Ziggler.
We haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I know. I'd love to see that again. It'd be great. The genetic freak champion, Johnny Fix. There's a lot of great moments in wrestling. One of the best is a title change when done well. My question is, which are some of your favorite title changes in the WWE? He cites when Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart at WrestleMania 1996. What was some of your favorites?
For you, it's probably when Stone Cold beat HBK, right?
Well, yeah, that sort of clued me in early on when I started watching wrestling.
Daniel Bryan winning the belt at SummerSlam off Cena.
Jericho winning the unified title again, like beating The Rock and Stone Cold in
the
one
same
night. In the
yeah.
same night, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
It was just a bummer that title reign really wasn't all that special.
No. The man with no wrists. Steve versus Larson at WrestleMania. You pick any referee. Do you pick Hebner, Little Nate, or Red Shoes?
Like my instinct. No, you pick lower right, bald guy.
Oh,
that tickled me to no end. This is a good question because for me it's between Little Nate and Red Shoes.
Yeah,
so I'm inclined to go towards Little Nate.
Really?
That's sort of my inclination is Little Nate. Why wouldn't you want Little Nate?
Because Red Shoes is fantastic. He is awesome.
Yeah, Red Shoes is great. But it's Little Nate.
How about this?
Nate,
How about no? Here's the answer.
No, I got the answer.
Was it the Rumble? Yeah, the Rumble pre-show where it was Cesaro, Sheamus versus the club, and they had two refs.
Oh yeah,
that's what we do. Two refs.
No man, we only get one ref, and it's Little Nate in his Little Nate outfit, Little Nate robe. That's what I want. Let's see here. Empire of Filth, Rot Fuck, Drew Compton. My goodness, you people. Rich Swann seems pretty happy considering he lost his title and couldn't enact his rematch clause due to injury. Do you think he missed an opportunity to tell Vince, listen, I'm going to go out there pissed. Here's why, thus grabbing a brass ring. He probably he says, hey.
Excuse me.
He's like, if I don't get a paycheck, I can't handle this. No, I don't know, man. I have no idea what goes on back there. That is a good point, though. Where's his rematch?
I know.
Where's Rich Swann's rematch? Instead, he just came out and tried to hit on Alicia Fox. Hardly a consolation prize.
Perkins got a rematch against Kendrick, and then Kendrick got a rematch against Swann, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Swann should get a rematch.
Who did Neville win it from?
Swann.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Swann should get a rematch.
Too bad.
Penultimate Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, hi, Marks.
Cowboy Bob Orton and Mike Rotunda are fighting a match on behalf of their sons. Which dad could beat up the other's dad?
Oh, Bob Orton.
Well, does he have the cast on still or no?
Yeah, he always has the cast on.
Okay, then yeah,
wins,
probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The cast always wins.
The mediocre 7 CB Skinner went to Ring of Honor Steel City Excellence last Saturday. Great show. Go if you get the chance. Saw Kazarian join Bullet Club out of nowhere.
Ooh, yeah.
His question is, which women wrestler could you see joining Bullet Club? Good question.
TJ Perkins. That's a joke. Which women wrestler you see join Bullet Club? I don't know because I don't. Here's the problem. Obviously, New Japan doesn't have like the shows that we watch. Doesn't have women wrestling.
Ring of Honor has women's wrestling, right?
They have Women of Honor. They've got like their own sub promotion, I think, for women's wrestling.
Okay,
I think I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So it's that's a tough thing. The only name that comes to mind is Bea Priestley because she's in WCPW and she's in the Pachiti Club and she's like Ospreay's girlfriend in storyline. I think maybe even out of storyline. I don't know. And then he's part of the Pachiti Club. So I'd love to see Ospreay hop from Chaos to Bullet Club
Yeah.
Or maybe she can join Chaos. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was trying to think. There was in one of the squash matches that Nia Jax had, she faced someone that wrestles in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember her name.
I'm pretty sure they have their own sub-promotion called Women of Honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was trying to remember her name. I don't remember offhand. Was it Scarlett?
Shit, man. That sounds familiar. But I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see here. El Ingobernable de Tejas out of Mayhem. Hey, friendos, do you think that we're going to start the Ember Moon Asuka program next week, or will Nikki come out and destroy everything? I don't know. I forget. I read the spoilers and I instantly forget them.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So
it's Scarlett Bordeaux.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I would think that they're gonna have Nikki Cross first.
Well, they're not going to start it next week because it's 2 weeks. They're going to have the triple threat match, and assuming there's a winner of that match, and it's not some DQ finish thanks to Nikki interfering, then we'll have a better idea what's going on.
Yeah, totally.
I would suspect it's either going to be Nikki Asuka at TakeOver Orlando, or maybe Nikki Asuka Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Luis Laredo. When will you guys do pay-per-view shows for WCW and Fun Wrestling and or Invasion angles?
Soon.
Yeah, soon.
We kind of
Have we decided on anything?
Well, I think we talked about the first show being in your Haas.
Yeah, that's true.
The
Haas tournament.
The Haas tournament, where it's all going to be in one show.
Yeah, okay. No, I like that's good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Here, let's skip around a little bit.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Underutilized fun wrestling talent. If the Drifter Elias Sampson started a band, who would be in it? Could be made up of wrestlers or non-wrestlers.
Will he continue with his kind of troubadour folk type music?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, who can I see him with? Like, I'm just going off appearance.
Yeah.
And like personality. Brian Kendrick looks like he might be a little too Jim Morrison-y.
Mm-hmm.
John Morrison.
What about Baron Corbin?
That'd be good. I can see that. That'd be good. Hello, everybody. They're in like a little coffee shop. Today we're going to sing a song, but I need you guys to give me money. Let's see, moving on.
Jersey Soft, first-time patron here, long-time listener. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I like the way Sheamus and Cesaro's entrance is set up, with Cesaro out first and Sheamus second, both with their own individual music. I think it's much better than the mashups used for tag teams in the past, like Rated RKO and Big Show Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pair any two WWE NXT...
Break the walls, well!
Or would it be, well, break the walls down!
It'd be, well, the walls down!
There you go. If you could pair any two WWE/NXT superstars, past or present, in a similar fashion, who would you pair?
Wait, if you could do what?
Pair any two WWE or NXT superstars, past or present, in a similar fashion. Take two singles stars and make them a tag team.
Okay.
Who would you pair?
What does this have to do with the music?
No, he's just mentioning that he likes it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's how he starts the question. But we have to mash the music together too, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, the obvious one is going to be Big Show and X-Pac. Because, that's because, like, when we, literally these days, whenever we take a road trip, at some point,
which we'll probably do tomorrow.
Which we'll probably do tomorrow, one of us is going to go, well, X-Pac! Oh, you didn't. X-Pac! Well. So I guess there'd be a faction, like the DX without the good members and Big Show.
Who could we pair with Bobby Roode? We can use Glorious Domination.
Glorious.
Well, it's glorious.
There you go, Big Show and Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Man, you see the new Bobby Roode shirt?
No.
Oh man, it's on Instagram. I'll show you. It's glorious.
Really?
Yes. Let me see here. How do we get there?
Okay, I'll keep asking questions.
Yes.
John Herkoff, how long until we see Will Ospreay in NXT? Could you see him being in the Cruiserweight division? If Will Ospreay joins WWE, I want him on the main roster.
I don't want him in the cruiserweight
No.
division. I'll have to talk shit about it. Then it'll just be all lariats and shit. That would be crap. Where's Bobby?
But how
Roode?
long? 4 years.
Till Ospreay goes to the WWE? I'd say 2, man. I'd say
3 to 4 years.
2 years, definitely.
Andrew Wormley. So how do you see NXT booking the Revival versus Authors of Pain at TakeOver? Who do you see winning, and where does the loser go from there? The loser goes to the main roster. Because Authors of Pain are holding on to those titles.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Look at this guy.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
That's tight. I like that.
Michael
Nutter, new patron here. My question. Oh wait, did you already answer this?
Which one?
This Michael Nutter.
No.
Okay, if Ospreay and Ricochet come to WWE, they're obviously going to be in the cruiserweights. Nope. But with how WWE is holding back the potential of the cruiserweights, do you think they will still be able to find a way around all that and make the cruiserweights as good as they were in the Cruiserweight Classic?
Ricochet has stated in interviews that he wants to go to the main roster a la Finn Balor.
Yeah.
That's the path he wants to take.
Yeah.
Joao Khalifa. Hey, first-time patron here from Portugal. Thank you very much. I really enjoy your reviews, predictions, and ideas. Do you guys think that Nakamura is going to debut after Mania? The fact that they mentioned him last NXT episode makes me think that he's not going to debut before SummerSlam.
Oh, it's going to be the day after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if he loses at TakeOver Orlando.
Yeah.
Then he's coming up to main.
It's either going to be the day after or the day after that. It's either going to be Raw or SmackDown. Yeah, for sure.
Let's do 2 more.
Okay.
The ghost of Paul Heyman's ponytail.
Okay.
Hey guys, first time patron here. Thank you very much. I just recently started listening to your show and I'm already a huge fan. Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, who in the current WWE roster do you guys think would benefit the most from being the next Paul Heyman guy? And he says Roman Reigns.
Oh. I don't know, man. It's so difficult because okay, look at his win-loss record basically, and I say that like
Yeah, in terms of his clients.
figuratively, yeah. Okay, Curtis Axel didn't work, Cesaro didn't work,
Ryback didn't work.
Ryback didn't work. I still think that Paul Heyman could benefit like an Asuka. I think that would be cool. Like it has to be somebody who's kind of already established because really he's only had what? I mean, Paul Heyman's been around forever, but like the impact that he's had in terms of like him managing in the WWE, I can think of Brock is obviously the biggest one.
Yes.
And then CM Punk.
Yeah.
And am I missing anybody?
He was managing Big Show for a while when he turned on Lesnar.
Yeah. I didn't even remember that. So I don't know. It kind of has to be Paul Heyman adds stank to somebody else who already has a massive amount of stank.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure Roman Reigns. I don't know. Maybe if Roman Reigns was a heel. I don't know. I don't see it right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't play.
Yeah.
It can't be possible.
Last question. Austin Too Sweet. Hey, friendos, first-time patron. Thank you very much. Finally, for the first time in a long time, Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns are not in the big title picture.
Truth.
World title, Universal title.
World title.
So the question is, who is the next Shield member to hold one of those titles and when? Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, probably.
Yeah, I would think Roman Reigns
when he beats Lesnar
is probably the odds-on favorite. I think Seth Rollins is going to do really, really high-level, high-quality enhancement work at this point.
for a spell until he gets another title program. He'll be back in the title picture.
Oh, he's the guy you can insert him in any title program. It's just I wonder if right now, because he's been there,
he's established.
He was there so much that they can use him very effectively in other very high profile feuds to help usher along some other guys. Yeah. Once he eventually takes on Triple H. I say that, and he's taking on Triple H. So anyways, that's it for the NXT 205 Live recap. Stay tuned. We got the dirt sheet coming up tomorrow, and also Steve W up all night and Friday Fun Fights.
Fun Friday Fights.
That too. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.